Hey there, David Gordon from TheaterMania here. I am here with Sarah Megan Thomas and Harriet Leve. Sarah is the writer and one of the stars of the new film A Call to Spy. Harriet is the executive producer. It was just released by IFC. It's a great movie. Everybody watching this should watch it. And I'm really excited to talk about the genesis of the project with both of you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, sure.
My first question is for both of you. Harry, you come from the theater world. How did you and Sarah meet?
Sarah and I have a mutual friend in the director of A Call to Spy. Lydia Pilcher is a good friend, and I also executive produced her film that's coming out called Radium Girls. So she introduced me to Sarah, and I read the script. I fell in love with it, and I felt like it's something I really have to be a part of, So I signed on and got to work.
Sarah, tell me about, well, for the people watching this that might not know about the film, tell me what it's about. I know it's based on a true story.
Yeah, so A Call to Spy is the first film on 3 real female spies in Churchill's secret army: Virginia Hall, Vera Atkins, and Noor Inayat Khan. And it's essentially the hidden figures of the spy world.
How did you first discover this story?
So for me, as like a writer, producer, actress, I always start with the genre. My last film was Equity, the first female-driven Wall Street movie, and I choose a genre that I think is very popular and viewers enjoy, but maybe is missing a female lens in some way. So I knew that I wanted to tell a spy drama. I love James Bond movies for what they are, love them, but at the same time, most spy films tend to be a romance when the women are involved, and I was very interested in the psychology of what it's like to be a real female spy on the ground. So when I discovered these real spies in Churchill's secret army and that no film had been made about them, that was kind of the genesis for the idea.
Harriet, is that what interested you in the project? Like, tell me more about what piqued your interest in the script.
Well, first of all, it was a story that needed to be told. I don't think that anybody has seen anything like this. And the fact that these women were so heroic, and I think they made a big difference in saving thousands of lives in the war. And yet it's like hidden figures. We don't know about them as much as we should. And they won all kinds of commendation and awards. And it was very well written, and the movie was touching and moving. And it was something that I just had to do because it was such an important film.
Yeah, it's a story that I never knew about, which I think is really cool. And I felt the same way about Hidden Figures. It was a story that I had not known.
There's so many of them, and more to be told as well.
Yeah. Sarah, when did you decide that you were also going to be in the movie? Like, did you write this role for yourself, or did that come later?
Yeah, I mean, it came pretty early in the writing process. I mean, I really connected to Virginia Hall. She's an American who overcame her disability. She shot her foot off in a tragic hunting accident in her 20s to become the spy the Nazis dubbed the most dangerous of all Allied spies, which I think is incredible. But what I particularly related to her about was her drive and the ability for her to never let no deter her. And I found that determination and drive amazing and something I really wanted to take on as an actress.
Tell me about the casting process. Like, how involved were you? How involved were both of you in the casting process for this?
Yeah, so I was involved with the director, in every casting decision, and we have an amazing, and Harriet and our 2 other executive producers were just so supportive all the way across the board with our casting, suggestions that we presented to them, and I cannot thank them enough because they were so supportive and never said no, and we're just really incredible executive producers. But Heidi Levitt, our casting director, she put together an international cast for this international story. We have actors from Canada, London, India, the US, so it really was a phenomenal feat and a big team work.
Yeah. Harriet, is this your first feature film? I know you've done documentaries before.
No, non-documentary. I did the IMAX film of Stomp called the Stomp Odyssey, and then I did Radium Girls, and then this is my 3rd film, A Call to Spy. So I've done 3 films.
What is it like to come into the film world from having been in theater?
It's
Like,
very,
how are they different?
yeah, it's very different. It's such a different process. And you know, when I did the Stomp film, I was the producer. We were 4 lead producers, but they wanted me to go to Brazil to do our first shoot. And there I was in Brazil. It was like 100 degrees, and we did our first shoot there at Carnival. And it was a lot of sitting around, and especially an IMAX camera is so large that every time you have to reposition it, you're taking a very long time. So there's a lot of downtime comparatively, but the exciting thing is when you finally see your end product, it's amazing. Whereas in theater, every night I get to see the end product. So it's a very living, breathing entity. But I think I love both of them. I think, you know, I've done so many theater projects. I've done maybe over 50, and I've only done 3 films. And I like both of them, even though my main focus has always been theater. But I think now I'm going to get involved in some more film.
Have you started trying to convince Sarah to come into our theater world?
I don't have to do too much convincing. She loves theater, so I don't think I'll have to put her on too much.
I love theater, and Harry brings up a great point, which is theater's live and changes every day. And with a film, you've got a final product, and that's it. So hopefully the final one's the good one. But,
Right. Exactly.
but I trained in Shakespeare in London. Actually, I adore theater, and I actually started my career in theater. So you know, when the lights are back on, I would love to do some more theater.
Yeah. Sarah, are you the kind of writer who, when you were acting your own stuff while you were filming, did you like feel the need to like adhere to every comma, or did you like change? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great question. For me, the actress, by the time I got to set, I adhered to every comma. Pinter is my idol, Harold Pinter.
Yeah.
Thesis on him in college. So at that point, it was in my soul. But for the other actors, not at all, because I think it's very important as a actor and screenwriter to let other people bring their spirit to the roles. And so I was certainly flexible on lines within reason that they were still, you know, obviously within the plot.
What were some of the challenges of getting this movie on? But what were in the process?
I mean, raising the money, which is why, period. I mean, and I think that's the problem with, not problem, but the challenge with theater and film in general. With all my films, it's been incredibly hard to raise the money. And that's why it takes really supportive executive producers who open up their Rolodex and vouch for you, because again, it's a team sport, fundraising. And I think the more people that invest, then you get more investors who feel comfortable in joining the group.
Yeah. Harriet, what about for you?
Oh, the most challenging part? Yeah, well, I think it raising the money, because I committed to a certain amount and I reached it, and then I even went further because I know we needed the money. So I was constantly out there beating the bushes and raising the money. But what was so fantastic is these women just stepped up to the bat and really came through, and they are amazing. And I have so much love, and I feel so terrific about the way that they have embraced this project. And you know, we spent time on the set in Pennsylvania, but also some of them came with me to Budapest. So they really gave it their all, which was terrific.
What was it like to shoot in Budapest and to work in Budapest?
It was wonderful. Sarah, you know, you can explain a little bit more.
Well, it was amazing. I mean, you know, Budapest really looks, the architecture there really looks like 1940s France.
Yeah.
So when you land and you get to your location, it's not a built set, it's just there. And you're like, wow. But above and beyond that, we work with a female-run company, Pioneer Pictures, over there. And they really brought their A game and helped us take the scale of the film to the next level.
It's beautiful to look at. Your production design team is fantastic too.
Also, I was there with my sister, so we put her in as an extra in the film, and it was her first time in a film, and she was very excited. It was great.
A lot of investors are extras in the film, so it's like, find Waldo.
Right.
I love family affairs like that. It's great.
Yeah.
And it makes everybody feel like they were part of the thing even more.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What my last question for both of you is: what do you want people, particularly women, like young women, to take away from seeing this film and finding out this story?
Well, this film's rated PG-13, which I'm really proud of, actually, because most World War II films tend to be rated R because of the violence. And so I hope it does open up the doors on who can see this, and that we can use this movie not just as entertainment, but also education. The theme of the movie is the power of the individual to make change, which really is inspiring right now in this kind of we're all in this together world, so that no matter who you are, no matter what country you come from, you can believe in something and then take action, and that can make a difference, because that's what these three women did. They were women from different countries, different nationalities, and their diversity was what proved critical to the success of their kind of respective missions.
Yeah, and I just think that it's a phenomenal movie for anybody to see that somebody can make that these three women could make such convictions that they're willing to lose their life to make a difference. And I think that's inspiring.
Sarah, Harriet, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. A Call to Spy is out now. You can find it
Everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah.
AcallToSpyMovie.com.
AcallToSpyMovie.com.
Right.
And I urge everybody to check it out. It's really great. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Be well.
Bye-bye.